4 meses llevo aquí.
Deanna Rosales arrived in New York City from Ecuador with her newborn 4 months ago. She asked we not show her face for fear of her family's safety, a fear which has become more familiar after the election.
Sí, miedo, sí.
Yes, I'm afraid, she told us in Spanish, because I have nowhere to go and I'm in a bad situation right now because my baby's father was detained.
Migrants are very worried, so they come to us with that sense of urgency, like, what do we do now?
Power Malou helps connect migrants in New York City with legal services. He says that task has become more urgent with President-elect Trump's looming plan to deport potentially millions of undocumented immigrants.
We tell the migrants not to worry, not to give any information out to anyone that is outside of the authorities.
Trump's pick for border czar, Tom Homan, promises to carry out his mass deportation plan with or without the cooperation of so-called sanctuary cities.
We'll know who we're going to arrest, where we're most likely to find them based on numerous investigative processes.
Tuesday, Mayor Eric Adams said he plans to reach out to the incoming administration.
The city rules are clear. No city resources can be used to cooperate or collaborate with ICE.
One nap later.
Breaking news, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Well, Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of 4 with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended.
I believe in coincidences. Coincidences happen every day. But I don't trust coincidences.
Well, this is not an article. This is coming from a news group that they are on the ground here in New York. Now, some people have mixed feelings about this, but I think they are a good resource. And basically, yeah, they are X-verified. You can find them on X Twitter. It's Viral News NYC. Now, the reason we're talking about this today is that there's some things going on here in New York that the mainstream media isn't talking about. And now that we have Tom Honan, who's going to be handling border security, there are people that are running scared now. They're not certain what they're going to do. And people are making people afraid. Legal citizens of New York, they're going to say, they're going to deport you. They're going to deport you. And that's not true. We have tens of thousands of people here that shouldn't be here in the city of New York. The reason is that they're using sanctuary laws, and they're using other laws that were meant for the homeless citizens of New York, which they've screwed over the homeless citizens of New York by using the funds that are supposed to be diverted for them, rediverting it to the illegal migrant shelters. But before we start on this, just a programming reminder. Next week, holiday week, we will be a shortened schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Otaku Thursday will be on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So you spend time on there. It's a great time to be with family, even though the media is telling you, well, if they voted, against you, like if they voted red, don't invite them. Don't go if they invite you to their house. Don't go to spend time with them. And that's wrong. Spend some time with your family. That's important. Doesn't matter who they voted for, what their political opinion is. We have to have conversations when it comes to the politics, but go see your family. That's important. Because there's going to be a moment in your life you're going to regret that. You're going to really regret it when they're no longer around. So we're going to read a little bit into what's going on in NYC, because this is something, a source from Viral News NYC has been putting out there. And we're going to read it off of this. I was told by a source at the migrant shelter that buses are pulling up at certain times of the hour and picking up migrants and driving them to Canada. I'm being told a majority of the migrants are from Venezuela. The other half of this is that supposedly TDA is setting up shop in Canada as well. So, this is a situation that's going on right now. And I kind of expect this to happen. Now, the question of the day is, who is responsible for it? Is this Mayor Adams, Governor Hochul, or is this coming from the Biden administration? We don't know at this time period. Because there is an issue in these migrant shelters. According to Viral News Network and the people that they've talked with, former hotel employees from the Roosevelt and other places, that there is a disturbing claim of child trafficking and organized crime in these shelters, including the selling of this, what they call it, the pink cocaine. According to what Viral News is saying, that there is a source that's telling them that pink cocaine is being sold there, and as cigarettes, as many other things, and probably it's being sold on the streets of New York as well. And the thing about it is, this pink cocaine, they call it Tusi. Tusi, is that what it is? It's in all 5 boroughs, and I wouldn't, they're selling them from the food tables. So I wouldn't be surprised it's on the streets in places like Roosevelt Avenue, also in the Bronx as well. I mean, this is a major situation that is not being resolved. Stuff like this is not even hitting the mainstream media other than the New York Post. We've been talking about this for quite some time. We've been showing you footage, the Avenue of Sweethearts over at Roosevelt Avenue. We've talked about the Bronx. We've talked about many different places throughout the city of New York. What's being done about it? Nothing. Yeah, sure, there's been arrests made, and they're let out immediately. The district attorneys in New York, there are some that are doing their job, but others, like District Attorney Alvin Bragg, isn't doing their job. Meanwhile, they're focusing on politics and prosecuting now a current sitting president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, for crimes that really are misdemeanors, number one, and hasn't been enforced since the 1800s. What crime have they committed? Who did they wrong? No one. No one. Because people say, well, they undervalued this and that. Yeah, take a trip. Take a trip to Florida, or look at it online. You tell me, for that much amount of property, that it's not worth what Trump had said to Deutsche Bank? And the thing about it is, Deutsche Bank has done a lot of business with the Trump organization. For them to approve a loan and say, hey, we know it's going to get paid back. We know it's going to pay back interest. We're going to make money. Nobody lost money on any of these deals. So who are they wronging? This is what the situation is. They're diverting all this to trying to put an innocent man into jail But meanwhile, the true criminals are out here. The gangs, Tren de Agua, MS-13, and many others. You know, we're already seeing the Latin Kings are starting to fight back in certain ways. There are other gangs throughout New York besides the Spanish gangs. You know, you got Asian gangs, you got Italian, Russian. You know, how long before they start to step on their toes and they start to hit back? We're going to end up with a bloody gang war in this city. I hope I am wrong.
Burn, you digger!
But that is coming. That is coming. You know, you have the cannabis issue, illegal cannabis on the streets, even though it's legal in the city. But there are shops out there that are gaining merchandise from illegal Chinese farms from places like Maine and California. Yeah, that is happening. And it's been happening for quite some time now. I mean, already we are hearing that the farms upstate, we're going to see a collapse of the cannabis farms, which basically would be a major detriment to the Office of Cannabis Management. And the stores that are already legally open will end up shutting down. The whole cannabis law is spinning into a complete collapse. We'll have that story sometime after the holidays. But this is what's happening right now. This is, you know, what's going on in New York. We got human trafficking, prostitution, drug trafficking. You know, we have people being attacked. And these people are being arrested. And we have children being arrested for basically attacking people on the streets of New York. You know, they're saying, well, no, crime is okay. It's fine. It's everything okay. Meanwhile, it's about 75% of the crimes are committed are by illegal migrants. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. And then when people try to stop them or to stop, you know, psychopaths and people that are mentally unstable on the streets and the subways in New York City, they're arrested for protecting other people, for protecting those around them. And they're put on trial just to, you know, because, you know, if someone had passed away because of the situation, which is still questionable in the Daniel Penny case, that they're going to charge them. Because they're trying to hide the true issue is that our officials are the reason why this is happening. Like I said before, and most of you here in New York, 44 to 45% of you, those here in New York City, voted red, voted for Donald Trump, which was amazing. And I said this in our post-election special. By the time we get to the next election, that's 2028, we're probably going to flip either purple or completely red by that time period. Just look at the map. Just look at the voter map. What happened on this election. People are tired of this shit. They are tired. And what does the mainstream media do? Insult us. Insult us. Tell them that we're racist. You know, come down and hang out in one of these neighborhoods that have had issues. Let's see how long you last without your police help on your own. You know, I don't wish bad things to happen to anyone, but the thing about it is, these people don't care. All they care about is their politics. You know, that basically they hate certain people in life when they were kissing their ass decades ago. So go over and subscribe to Viral News Network. You know, you'll see a lot of great videos, a lot of interviews, a lot of things that are going on in the city, like the violence that the mainstream media isn't covering. Whereas Viral News has been covering, and many others, that they are the forefront. They're on This is the new media we keep continuing to talk about. The new indie media that's going to replace the mainstream media. You're seeing MSNBC is going to be sold, most likely sold out from Comcast. You have CNN going to be laying off many people, and we're not talking, techs and camera people and, people on the field. We're talking reporters. Yeah, that's right. Things are starting to change. You got guys like Benny Johnson, Timcast IRL, Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra. That's, the show on there, which was one of the number one during the elections, the number one show that was going on better than the mainstream media. So comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. Let me know, hey, listen, where are these people who are busing these people to Canada? Why hasn't Canada spoken out yet? Who is responsible? Who is afraid now? All these people are starting to run. They're making that old Taco Bell. They're running for the border. So, comment, like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Be sure, spend Thanksgiving with your family. Go spend it with them. Don't listen to what the mainstream media is telling you. We're still family, even though we can have different opinions about things in life, different politics. We're still a family. And what the mainstream media is trying to do to you, and what some certain politicians want to do, they want to rip the nuclear family apart. Don't let them do that. Don't let them win as far as that. And we got a new year coming in. We have a bright light out of the darkness coming in 2025. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you at the beginning of the Christmas season. Bye-bye now.